All right. Um, Welcome to On the Block, season episode 2 of we will. I am your host Nehemiah, aka Neem81, talking with Kenny, aka KO1997, about the past 3 days of ZBB13. The game has been off to a good start, in my opinion, and I'm very interested to talk tonight about the two evictions, the three nom sets that has gone around, and the twist itself. Do do know though I am kind of occupied. This is the reason I got pushed back. I'm occupied because I'm trying to write this eviction interview up. So if I not answering fast enough, that's why. But let's start it off, Kenny. Start it off for me, please.
So I guess we'll start with day one nominations.
Yes. Who are they?
It was Runaways and Cool Cat, and Spin had got up Arvandarev.
Or Van Der Epp. All right. My opinions on those was literally when it comes to the first nom set, you're going to sheep someone. That's literally what you do. If you're not in the set, you do that. And that's what it looks like that happened there.
Yeah, which is fair.
Why Runaways and Cool Cat though? Why do you think they went up?
Apparently, Cool Cat was in act, and I guess that was an easy nom for them. And I think Runaways might have a bit of a personality that could tire you out quick. And I don't know the real reason why he was nominated, but that could be a potential reason. People probably were just tired of him already. And apparently he was arguing with Miles and calling people out or whatever, and some people might not like that. So that was probably
One. Or how they were like there for 2 days, so he was already having issues in those 2 days.
Yeah. And that usually doesn't go well for you.
True. Was the spin. How did you feel about that with Arvander up going up?
I think with the spin, I think you're kind of giving up already, but I guess he had a reason to give up that early because
he knew he was getting nominated.
Yeah, he was pretty much super nommed. So I understand why he did it, but at the same time, I'm still kind of giving up. But and I think as of right now, spinning the wheel isn't really helping anyone because the person that goes up by the wheel
will be safe.
It's like as of right now,
will get the twist. And that's what I kind of said that on Arvandarev's plea. Her plea were more so said, I'm the reason that Runaways went up and I didn't get 0 votes, so save me. And when you look at it, anybody can say that. Anyone can say, I'm the reason this person went up and I also got 0 votes, so save me. And then they won't get evicted because people are like, oh yeah, they did get 0 votes. Don't evict them.
Arvandarev was also pretty popular coming in. So people were probably just using that as their excuse, as they normally use whatever excuse they could grasp to justify them saving or evicting someone.
True, but when we get to it, I'll speak that I don't think that's going to be the case with day 3's nominations, but we're not there right now. But
yeah,
I just feel like if you do get nominated by the wheel, you shouldn't automatically have safety or feel safe or use the plea that we've seen.
Yeah, I got 0 votes. Yeah, that is true because the wheel is designed to take out people who might actually be voting.
Here's the thing: it's your fault, kinda, that Runaways found out he was the vote. You don't want your target to know that a vote, or they're going to spin the wheel. And then
Well, it's hard to keep it a secret when 13 people are doing it. Like you aren't gonna pull off any blind sides on day 1 or 2 in the house.
but still, it's someone's fault that got out, and
Rat
now because
and
it's out,
rats should always be evicted. Rats should never win. And someone ratted, and that's how Runaways found out.
do we know officially who made the Runaways Cool Cat set?
Like everyone's claimed it to a certain degree. Everyone feels like they had a part in it. And the way I see it, say if someone had actually been able to get Sparky up that day, that would have been impressive
He was
because
yeah.
yeah, he got 5. He got the second most amount of votes, but that would have been impressive if someone would have been able to get Sparky up along with those 2 or 3. And it was like being a part of a big majority. I don't see that as really doing much. You're just going with the flow. So I don't think anyone should be claiming this in the first place because I don't think either one of them are really threats to win or are threats to win.
That was a horrible set because Cool Cat, I don't think is going to win this game. I like her, and I want.
I think it's a terrible set too, actually.
And in Runaways, he was going to be entertainment for the season, but he wasn't going to win unless he did something big. And they literally took out the messiest person. A lot of people said that, but they took out someone who wasn't going to be a threat to them.
The thing with Runaways is I think they could have got him up at any time though, because I think at any time they would have been able to get Runaways up.
And they wasted him.
Exactly. And some people are gonna regret it down the line.
Because you're next. Exactly. Now that Lance is out, you're gonna be next.
You should want to keep easy votes in, especially this early.
So with the now 3 nominations, Runaways, Cool Cat, and Arvandarev, who did you think was going to go?
It looked like Cool Cat was going to go and it wasn't even going to be close. I thought Cool Cat would get like at least 60% of the votes. I was surprised that Runaways went.
I liked all 3 of the nominations, but I voted to evict Cool Cat because I knew that Arvandarev, even though I don't like the excuse of 0 noms and all, she did kind of have a hand in the first set, and in Runaways, he would have been a potential, but also interesting. Cool Cat really didn't give me anything on these first 2 days. So her staying by 8% of the votes was very shocking.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I felt Runaways would have been a bit. I thought I was rooting for Runaways, and I thought he would have been entertaining, and so I evicted Cool Cat as well because it seemed like that's what the entire Zoop Republic was doing, and somehow Runaways goes with 48% or 49% of the vote.
Rev had 41, yeah. And that's the thing. There's a lot of silent voters. So
yeah, I know.
The blog can say, "Oh yeah, Cool Cat's going," but anyone can go. And so with that, Runaways is gone, and I did catch. I asked him if he could be here to talk, but apparently he can't stay up till 1 o'clock in the UK. So he sent me his interview, and I'm just going to read it for you guys. Hold on. How did you feel about him going, though?
I was a bit upset because I thought Runaways would have been one of the more interesting players. Just with just his personality and the way he is, he seems like he's all over the place, which can be fun to watch. Like he quote unquote accidentally spent the wheel.
He accidentally did it.
Yeah, he said he accidentally spent the wheel, so I thought that was funny.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right. As the first question says, you did receive the first key. How did that make you feel knowing you finally got into ZBB? He replied, when I got the key, he wasn't that excited. He, at least not as much as he thought he would be. He was listening to My Hood. I got no idea what song that is. And he was like, he knew he was going to get the key. And we already talked about that you liked him when he got the key, didn't you not?
Yeah, I wanted to see Runaways play.
I did too, and so I mean, it just really does suck that he's out first. Out of everyone, he does not, I don't think, deserve to get that 16th spot. Question 2: with the reaction that he did receive when you got the key, how did you think you will fare this season public wise? He replied, I didn't really see much of the public reaction, but I was apprehensive, and the public always have contrasting and different opinions, and I couldn't please everyone. So I thought I would be able to win the public over, and I think I did because he believes that the House votes got him out. Do you think that, Kenny, that the how many House votes did he have against him?
He had 11 times 3, that's 33. So yeah, that did play a huge role in it, actually.
So if it wasn't for the House votes,
He most likely would have stayed because 11 people evicted him, and their votes are counted as 3, so you got like 33 extra votes from the House.
I asked him his first thoughts once the official cast was revealed, with the first cast with Shadow Baller, and then when Carter joined. When the official cast was revealed, I was a bit saddened because I played with most of these people before. They had preconceived notions that they all knew I was unpredictable and chaotic, and I felt like nobody would reach out to me first, and I would reach out to a majority rather than it being the other way around. I just think they all knew I'd be the easy target. I felt a tinge of fuck when Jeremy was announced to be in the counts because he was falsely buried it within seconds of us being in the same chat, so I pretended to go with it. Literally, I'm confused for whatever that meant, but I felt the same way when I seen this cast. So many of these people played together before. Does that? I mean, that's what ZBB. A lot of you played together before in a cast, but does that like really integrate into the season because you played together before? You know how someone is.
Sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't, because yeah, I think it's different for everyone. I think it depends on how you feel about how they play or how you feel about that person. If it's not that big of a deal, then you will. If it benefits you, you would reach out to them to try to come to some common ground. But sometimes it can be that you guys have a pretty bad past and like you haven't had any really good experiences with each other, and you know that person is gonna always go after you or do something to hurt your game. So you try to get rid of it as soon as possible, probably.
And you said that Runaways does have this like thing about him. What really is about Runaways that is so scary? I mean, I know that at
I,
times it's annoying, but
yeah, that's really all I know about him. I've never played a game with him, so I don't know what's wrong with. It's like I don't know if there's anything people don't like game wise about him. I don't know what that could be, but I've never played a game with Runaways. It's just been well, we come across each other, and he just comes off as an annoying kid. Like during our ZBB season, he was like trying to spread information to other people while he wasn't even in the game, and that's very annoying. So
by his time in this game, he constantly messaged me on Skype telling me the things that were happening inside the house. And so, I mean, I didn't think that he was in trouble. I literally didn't think that. But like he's saying that he's the one who has to go and reach out to people. And when you have to do that, you kind of do know that you're kind of in trouble, right? When you have to be the one to say hi and do all that fake niceness until you start getting to the vote, you know you're in trouble.
yeah,
I mean, if it's in the beginning, like 20 minutes after you add it to the chat or 3 hours, it's fine. But if it's like nonsense, you already know what's going around and no one's coming to you, yeah, that's not a great way to start off. And I don't understand why everyone felt, oh, let's go for Runaways. He doesn't seem to me as a threat just yet.
yeah. I don't think he's like a game a threat. I didn't see him as a threat to win. I didn't really see him as an in-house threat either. So I don't know why they decided to target him so viciously so early. Because I do believe there were bigger threats in the game, public wise and in game threats. So I guess yeah, it's kind of sucks to see him go. But at the same time, you can't go in there arguing with someone on the first day, having a full blown argument that all of Zuper finds out about. Like you
I
can't
really
do that.
didn't even see that blog about his argument with Miles. Did you read them?
I, I
I just
haven't. I didn't see the blogs either, but that's like I saw it in the Zuper
yeah,
chat and I
I
saw
heard
what they were
people
talking
saying,
about.
I'm like, when did they fight?
I don't
But
even know what it was about, but like it's something you should want to avoid on your first day in the game. You should want to avoid getting to that heated of an argument because in every game that I've played on Zuper, the people that are like hard down arguing with us other people or just one other person, like they're not gonna last long for the most part.
is the screen in full screen for you?
I see it. I can like read it.
Is it full screen or is it like the how
It's
it was before?
it's the same as it's been the entire time.
Oh, okay. Then that's just me. All right. Next question. Can you explain the first round of noms for the public or your take on them? Well, I pushed a set of Miles and Coolcat to Green Bay the night before, so I got to pushing, and I mean, I did Miles because he wanted to float and go under the radar, and he was playing so hard, so fast. Nobody had mentioned his name, but in the chat, he was like, if anyone wants to talk to me, and oh, I know I'm probably going up, and it came up as odd and weird, especially when the game was barely in motion, so I thought it would be easy and people would follow along. Clearly not. Obviously not. That's a horrible reason you think that you push for Miles.
Yeah, I
Um,
think Miles. He probably has some pretty good connections in the game.
well, I think Miles is greatly integrated into this cast. No
I
offense to
think a few of
Miles.
them are though, not just Miles. I think there's like three or four because like they have at least four people that
I
they probably went in the game with wanting to align with him.
When you're in a ZBB season, it's kind of, and don't hold me to it, but it's kind of easy to know who is with who after a while. And there's going to be people who are going to try and target them, but you're so like in the end that it's not going to work. And I think Miles is in the end.
That could be true, but I think that there's enough people to where I don't really see them being that dominant of a group at this point, especially since I don't consider the people that I'm thinking of that he's with, I don't consider them like, great game players.
What's with the Green Bay of this? He says that he went to Green Bay about this set. Do you think that Green Bay voted with him?
I don't think he did, no. But I don't know who voted
I think
Miles actually.
Miles did get 5 votes, so Runaways had some help with that set being
Well, five people not being Runaways nominated Miles because
Miles.
Runaways votes didn't count.
That's true. Runaways couldn't nominate, so that meant Cool Cat nominated Miles
Yeah,
and Run. So meaning 4 more people did that set.
yeah.
Were you satisfied by the nominee who went up due to you spinning the wheel? Olivia nominated me, like Caleb, who explicitly said it. I knew she was going with majority in order not to be seen as a target and in order to be seen as loyal. Smart for her game inside, but if she continues, she'll be a sheep. I mean, she already is and is not really playing a game, but was I satisfied she went up? Yeah, I was. She told me she told me she was not she nominated me. Of course I lied to her and said I'd nominate whoever she wanted. Like always. You always have to say that. But do you see Olivia as a sheep?
As of now, I don't like. Is she one? I guess so, because by that little explanation. But is it that big of a deal that she's one? It's not because it's only day 2 or 3, so I don't consider it as that big of a deal. I do believe Olivia, she can do well, but I don't think much of her being a sheep at this point. I don't really know if she is, but if she is, then I don't think it's that big of a deal because only it's still early in the game. You shouldn't want to
You're a
paint a
sheep,
new
you're a
sun.
sheep, but you can't really be labeled a sheep just yet.
Yeah, I know.
You just started.
But at the same time, if you're doing something that's clearly not best for you, then yeah, you pretty much a sheep.
True, but she did claim that she pushed for runs to go up.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah,
And Caleb is Wolfwood. Apparently, he was very open about runaways going up. Is that smart on Caleb's behalf?
I do think it is. I think in games like this where they don't really have a trick up their sleeves to get out of it, I understand why people are honest because there's no point in lying. So why lie? A lot of the time, like if you're telling me pointless lies, that's gonna look bad on your part. At least that's
Does
how I
Caleb,
feel about it.
does Caleb being honest like comes off as cocky and confident?
Mm, I don't think so. No, I don't think it should.
Like I'm nominating you, so oh well. Like
It
you,
depends on how he says it. If he's like, "Oh, well, I'm nominating you and you're going up," then like, yeah, that's cocky because you never know what's gonna happen. But if he was just honest with him and said, "Yeah, I'm nominating you," then yeah, that's fine. That's not cocky. That's just being honest.
but when you tell someone you're nominating them, there's a very good chance they would nominate you in return. I don't know if he told him after or before, but it could if it was before, it does not it come off as cocky? Cocky?
No, I still don't think it is because apparently that's like that was the universal set in the house. That's what was like the game's consensus that Runaways and Cool Cat was the set, and that's fine. Like if he wasn't the only person that was honest with Runaways, apparently, because I don't think it was a shock to anyone from the public's perspective that Runaways went up in the first place. So I think it was him being honest is a good thing. I didn't see it as cocky. If he's yeah,
All right. Getting evicted with 8% more of the votes than the runner up nominee, what went through your mind at that moment? I was more or less angry at the house. It was not fair. Cool Cat, Andrew, Natalie, or whatever was not even there for a lot of the time, and I was meant to not be. Like, I mean, it's the shittiest thing to get evicted due to the house, and I honestly don't care. Clearly, I didn't make any true friends. Greenway told me he didn't have to talk to me anymore when I said hi to him earlier today, which is honestly a fucking douchey move. I tell Swooper, but hey, who the fuck is really gonna believe me when he's gonna twist it and be like, it was a joke? Okay. Um, so that means Green Bay did nominate Runaways.
that was being cocky. If Green Bay said I don't have to talk to anymore, then yeah, he was pretty confident in his after Runaway said hi and Greenwood was like, "Yeah, I don't have to talk to you anymore." Like that's cocky. I would consider that cocky because he seemed pretty confident that Runaways was going up pretty early, apparently. Because if all Runaway said was hi, and Green Bay would probably go, "I don't have to talk to you,"
um,
I would have been pretty upset. Like that's a pretty rude thing to do if we're being honest. You can at least give them lip service for a few minutes and then just you know
I am being notified that Nippleberry was one of the 5 votes who voted the set Runaways wanted. I don't know if she voted with Runaways or she voted Cool Cat, but she did vote for Miles. And I was told this by Miles himself. um, Next question. I mean, let's touch on that. Where does Nibble like? I really haven't seen a lot from Nibbleberry. I know she's posted here and there. Do you think that was smart if she did vote Miles, like he thinks?
if Nippleberry did vote Miles, um, it depends on how it back. Did Nippleberry get nominated by the House today?
Didn't even not even looking at that. I think she is nominated today or tomorrow or yesterday.
I think Nepal was nominated by the House. I'll check.
Yes, today she was.
By the House?
Yes,
Or just by
but
the
not really by the House, but by 7 people.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like people, because 3 people didn't spin the wheel, so I wasn't sure. But apparently, it wasn't that smart because Miles could have, like I said, Miles is pretty well connected, so people might want to save their friend.
All right.
So maybe that could have hurt Nippleberry.
All in all, did you enjoy ZBB? Yes, because I got in, but I do not think I would like to do it again unless people came in with a blank slate. I don't even know if that's the right way you say it. Rather than pretending to do so and then trying to predict someone's actions who are unpredictable. I mean, it was pretty much like any other group game. And I think even if I had been silent and said hi and talked to people and agreed with everything, nothing would have changed really. If he did what he said, if he would have did what he said he didn't do, did you think things would have been different?
Maybe, maybe not, because he did. If he would have not gotten to the argument with Miles, maybe he wouldn't have. Maybe he wouldn't have gotten as many votes as he did. But people in the game did go in not liking Runaways because he is Runaways, which is a bit understandable.
But there's a lot of people in there who are themselves. Josh is Josh. Jeremy is Jeremy.
No, but Runaways is like he's all over the place. The other ones, they're not really all over the place. Runaways, like he is unpredictable, even just from a personality perspective, not even really from a game perspective. So, it depends on how bad his previous relationships with these people were, if he would have still went up or not.
Right. Thoughts on the remainder of the season and who would you choose as the winner? I'm not going to try and say how the rest of the season goes, but I suspect Caleb, despite playing twice already, BB Swag, Emma will go far, while Ginger and Britt will be the next out, followed by Jeremy and Green Bay. And BB Swag is a sneaky shit. Even though I never argued with him or really spilled a game with him, I was extremely wary of him. I agree. BB Swag is a sneaky shit. I would love to see Runaways play again. I really do. I forgot to say that. Would you rather him come back and play another game, Second Chances 2?
Huh?
Would you like to see him back, like Second Chances 2?
Yeah, I would want. I wouldn't want to play with Runaways, but I would like to see Runaways play again. Yes,
I would love to play Runaways. I have no issue with him. I can handle him.
I have no issue with him either, but I don't want to deal with someone like Runaways in the game.
And final question. This was from a viewer, like the only one that I felt was good enough. Sorry for Peter and Tim. Multiple people claim to be the mastermind behind your set. So who do you think was really behind it? And was it smart move for them? Very good question, Mix. Was it a smart move? No. Who was behind my set? Let's be honest. It could have been anyone, and people would have gone with it nonetheless. It was an easy move, and that's why it was done. No one was the mastermind to this move. It's simple, it's easy, and it's like me spreading a set of Awesome Guy and Bryce. If they were in with me, it'd be easy, and people would go with it because they plan to do so. Seriously, Looper, you voted out this guy. Like, come on. I agree. So many people are claiming it to be their move. I think it was someone.
Yeah, and if it's this big of a vote, then I don't think anyone should really be walking around trying to claim this anyway. If it's like 13, 12, and 5, like that's not that impressive.
Yeah.
Never moved to claim in the first place. But that was funny.
And that is the end of that interview for Runaways. And now we're moving onward because that's the end of day one. And now we're on to day two. But before we get to day two, because our runner-up did receive the lowest amount of votes, which was what, Kenny? 10%?
Yes.
Not shocking. She got to spin the wheel. And obviously, we're going to spin the wheel. Why pass that up? And that lucky son of a daughter of a bitch, no offense, received 2 days of immunity. She is safe for 2 days. She's going to the final 14. How do you feel about that?
It's fine. I think, isn't it safe till 13?
Oh, 13. Yeah, whatever.
It's, it's not.
I mean, when I seen it, that literally just sparks up Aether in my mind.
Well,
But
he got 5 rounds. That's different.
Yeah, but the thing with Aether was he was targeted before he got that because he was nominated. So immediately when that immunity went up, we all went after Aether. Is that going to be the same for Liv?
I don't think so because it's only 2 rounds and it's not much you can really do. I don't think you can't really do anything game changing in 2 rounds at the 14 and 13. So I don't think Liv will get targeted right after, but if she did, I do believe she would be pretty safe.
All right. So onwards to day 2, it turned out someone decided to spin the wheel on day 2. Who could it be? Ginger 7. He spun the wheel, and who got nominated because of the wheel? The
BB
sneaky
Swag
shit himself, BB Swag. And the House nominated Jeremy H. Likes Food and Ginger 7. Jeremy got 9 votes. Ginger got 8. Now, how I feel about this is literally this house is going after the big names. They went after Runs, and now they're going after Jeremy. But what upsets me is that Cool Cat has 7 votes. They not renominated on day 2. Now, it seems like the easiest thing to do, right, Kenny? To renominate someone. But you don't renominate so early because there's way more people to go after. Cool Cat is not messing with you. She's not threatening your game.
That's the only problem I have with it. I have no problem with renominating because sometimes it is for the best. But since it was Cool Cat, someone who I don't think anyone is afraid of in the house, I do think it was kind of a waste. But at the same time, if people may have been more willing to do Cool Cat than anyone else. So if you're, these nominees and you could be going up, then of course you would try to go up with the weaker player. So I do understand that. I don't think it's as big of a deal as people like to make it out to be. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Oh gosh, sorry, I just lost my train of thought because of what Jake did. What were we talking about?
Renominating.
Oh yeah. In ZBB13, the only time we actually did renominate was with Kenny, the other Kenny, DJ KY, right?
I do believe you went up twice, but that was a killer nom.
That was because of a killer nom.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, the only time it really happened was with DJ KY.
And that was like around day 8.
No, that was like final 7.
Yeah. No,
final 8 and final 7.
It was final 8 to get out Aether.
And then he went up again final 7.
Yeah. But no, he didn't. That's when I got you out, final 7. Kenny.
No, he went up final 7 and he beat Tommy.
Didn't you get 7th?
I got 6th. He went up at final 7 and he beat Tommy by like 2%.
Oh, Tommy did get 7th. Okay. But yeah, it makes sense to renominate kind of further in the game. I don't see Cool Cat posting Kenny was saved many times. Of course he got renominated. Cool Cat, on the other hand, the girl almost got evicted. She's inactive, like you said. Why waste it? Why? I agree. But still.
But like I said, though, that might have been the easier thing for people to. That might have been the easiest person to nominate for the nominee. So of course they're going to push that to try to save themselves, and I don't think that should be frowned upon at all, because you would do anything to save yourself at the end of the day, regardless of what the public thinks. Well, you should.
Green Bay received 5 votes. Now this literally is like very hard to pin. BB Swag, I know you're listening. PM me. Did you say that you're the one? Your nominees went up, right? While I'm guessing the other set was Cool Cat and Green Bay, and then somebody nominated Sparky.
Well, he could have split.
I forget. You get to nominate even if you are about to be evicted. So I'm guessing that vote for Sparky was from Runaways?
Potentially.
And yeah, like you said, people couldn't split. But why do you feel Green Bay was in the mix? Did we see in any of the pleas?
What did you say again? I'm sorry.
Why do you think that Green Bay was in the mix of nominations?
Because apparently there was a trio of Arvan, Jeremy H, and Green Bay. So that's why that went the way it did, I believe.
So, in seeing that Jeremy and Green Bay got nominations, that brings me right back to my question. When Liv immunity is up, will she be targeted? Because she's in this trio, apparently.
Yeah, that is a good chance. She could be. But if she has to try to separate herself from it, she should be trying to do that. If it's not true. But as of right now, they aren't doing that bad. They do seem to have, if that trio is real, they aren't doing that bad because they do seem to have some type of grasp.
True. Ginger 7 is up. And I'm guessing they nominated Ginger and Cool Cat.
Yes, if that trio was real, they nominated Ginger and Cool Cat.
And Cool Cat almost went up.
Yeah.
He did almost go up. So, why Ginger? Why do we think Ginger went up? I mean, did Runaway say something about Ginger? I'm pretty sure he did. Why did we think Ginger went up?
Apparently him and Jeremy were arguing. So
it's basically, if you get an argument, you're going to go up?
Yeah, it seems like, that's the way it's coming off as. But yeah, Jeremy and Ginger got into some type of argument. I don't know what about. It doesn't even seem like it's game related. So
here's what I'm like thinking now. I think because of people like Runaways and Jeremy, I think people think those are the popular. You're always trying to look for the popularity players in the cast, and I think because Jeremy and Runaways, they're in their own category. I think people are assuming, okay, if they do something crazy, if they do something out there, the public will like them. So let's get them out as fast as we can.
Yeah.
And that's kind of fucked up because I actually like those players. I was a player like that, and I wasn't targeted that easily. So it's like, I feel bad for people who are like that and they're being targeted that fast. But again, I wasn't targeted easily. That's because I didn't play that way. So, with the nominations, was this a good set? Jeremy H likes food, Ginger 7, and BB Swag.
Yeah, I think that was actually a pretty good set. That was much better than day one.
Yeah, I mean, once again, this cast, and I did remember when the cast was officially revealed, I said it's going to be very hard to vote to evict somebody from this cast because I really do like this cast, and these nom sets make it real harder because Ginger 7, I know him as a player. I really want him to do well. Jeremy, he's like, I'm like hoping Jeremy does well, and BB Swag, the sneaky shit guy, I'm pretty sure needs redemption from ZBB13.
BB Swag isn't as sneaky as you're trying to make him out to be.
No, I'm just making a joke. It's a recurring joke. I'm trying to make a funny, a little like recurring thing. Gosh, keep up.
Okay.
But no, yeah, I think it's hard to evict someone from this. But who did you decide to evict?
I'm not gonna say, but
I'll say it. I evicted BB Swag. I literally evicted BB Swag because I'm like, I don't want to lose Ginger. I don't want to lose Jeremy. I don't want to lose BB yet either. But like, come on. I don't care if you were nominated by the whale and you got 0 votes. Let's make something happen in this game. So like,
I also think if the people in the house never call you out or anything, I think you should be applauded for that.
who?
If anybody, because Olivia was called out for being a sheep or whatever. BU Swag wasn't.
Well,
So I think he has to get some type of credit for that.
because he said that he pushed for these nominations. He was the reason these nominations went through.
Because the house, like the castmates, they might not always be honest with what they say, but there's always some type of truth to it.
Exactly. So the fact you don't want to say who you evicted, who did you think would go?
I thought it would be between Jeremy and Ginger. I more so thought Ginger would go, but he did post like I won't say last second because it was like 6 hours maybe before eviction was revealed, but he did post like a blog later on that I believe it ended up doing better than its original plea blog. I did think Ginger would go.
Has anybody made vlogs?
Vlogs?
Yeah.
With the V? No, I don't think so.
Anyone in the season.
I don't think anyone has. Thank God, but no one has.
Why not? I love vlogs. Like, I cannot type for nothing in the world, and so it's my speaking that does me the job. Going on towards the eviction, Ginger 7 was the one evicted with 48% of the votes. Again, Runaways was evicted with 48, right?
Yeah, 48 to 49, one of them.
It was 49. Runaways had 49, so that meant Ginger had 48. And Jeremy H. Likes Food had 31, with BB Swag having 21%. Now, compared to last eviction, this eviction was more close.
Yeah. Well, the person that got the least amount of votes, yeah, that was closer, but it was actually more of it wasn't closer than the last one. With the top two.
Here's like the thing.
It ain't fucking locked.
You know someone's gonna talk about that. Oh wow, Kenny gets that situated.
No, that was you can go.
Okay. It does seem like a kind of trend that if you spin the wheel, you're going to go. Runaway spin the wheel, Ginger spin the wheel, they're gone. So, I mean, looking at that, should you like be wary of spinning the wheel?
I don't think that's why they're going though.
Well, I don't either, but I feel like why evict them? They spent the wheel, they took a risk, and is that because they spent the wheel, they're giving up or something?
I think they knew they were going up, so they decided to spin the wheel. These are also people that aren't really well liked by the public as well.
Ginger's not liked?
From what I've seen, no, not really.
I did not know that. I felt Ginger was one of the liked people of the cast. And with him leaving, I mean, that is the trio. The trio, apparently, we're just calling them that for now. They can correct me if I'm wrong, but the supposed trio, they nominated Ginger. So is that a success for them?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's obviously not maybe just a trio because they do have the other people voted the way they did, possibly. So I just feel like it's kind of like with Avalon, with you, Avalon calling you, Kiki, and Peach a trio. Would that be a repeat of ZB11? This trio, one of them wins?
No, I don't think it. It depends on how everything goes, because apparently, I think he was lying, but apparently Green Bay nominated Jeremy. Like, I would have never nominated Peach or Kiki. So
All right, I'll be right back. Talk about the twist. The twist that BB Swag spin the wheel. Hello, Kenny? Hello? Oh, seriously? Oh gosh. I'll be right back, viewers. Do not go anywhere. All right, sorry about that.
can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. No, you come back when I come back.
No, there was something wrong with my computer and stuff. So
All right, because BB Swag received 21% of the votes, he got to spin the wheel, and the twist that he received by spinning the wheel was what?
like a reverse day where Zuper nominates in the House of X, which I think that'd be pretty interesting.
The background round, the backwards round. I like this actually. I mean, they did this. What was the last time they did this? In Second Chances or ZBB9?
I don't remember. This is the first. I think this is the first time they've ever done it, but I'm not sure.
Oh no, they did it before.
No, I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure. I remember the season that Trinity was in. They did it. I haven't even made my nominations thing, but has there been pleas for people to me not be nominated? Because I really don't see any pleas.
There have been. I've seen some, not like a full 14 as there should be, but I've seen some.
Who do you think should not be nominated by Zuper?
BB Swag, Britt, Wolfwood.
Have we seen a lot from Britt?
She did one blog that got top blogs.
Yeah,
I really liked it too.
I didn't read it, but someone talked about it. Sorry, I have a life. Ha. That's a funny title. I'm not even gonna read it right now because I gotta talk. But has she done really anything? Yeah, I mean, I want to root for her, but I'm not saying.
Has anyone really done anything though? Because people.
Oh yes, they have. BB Swag done something.
Other than that, who else? Like you can't really judge that. You can't judge that.
For the Journey, whatever set, this trio apparently got Ginger up. I mean, a lot of people can claim stuff has been happening. I mean, you're obviously the
back to your question for me about who I wouldn't put up. Well, who I think shouldn't go up: BB Swag, Wolfwood, Britt. I can't really remember the other ones right now because some people have really been. Some of them haven't really posted, or I haven't really noticed their posts.
I don't.
That's really all I can think of at the moment.
Anybody nominated right now, I do not want to go back up. Not nominated on day 3 nominations, which we'll get to very soon. I don't want to go back up.
I'd be okay with it. If they did, I'd be okay with that. If some of them did.
Well, I mean, Zuper doesn't care. They will vote for whoever they feel like it, no matter if you're nominated or not.
Yeah, I know.
But like you say, because you wouldn't do that, do you think that the people who aren't nominated right now, they're in more danger of going up?
Yes, that's always the case. When you aren't nominated, then yes, you are in more danger of going up. Always, even when the House is voting, even though sometimes people do renom, for the most part, people don't renom.
Right. So moving onwards to day 3, this was the round where the real twist really got interesting, and it's going to come back to everything that I said in the past. 3 people decided to spin the wheel tonight, and that meant that literally 3 people got nominated, 2 people by the House, and then 3 people by the wheel. Emma and Nippleberry was nominated by the House, Emma receiving 10, Nippleberry receiving 7. Jeremy received 3 votes to nominate, but he was nominated by the wheel as well, so that's how he's up. Wolfwood and Cool Cat was nominated by the wheel as well. 5 nominations. What are your takes on that?
I think it's gonna be I think everyone up should be nervous because now it's gonna be a very widespread vote. But of the 5, I think they all should be worried. I think three people spinning the wheel, in my opinion, that's a bit much.
Emma and Nibbleberry had a reason to spin the wheel, though. They were getting nominated, and apparently they knew this. And the fact that Emma got 10, does that make Emma number 3 for voting with Miles? For voting with Runaways.
If that's how they're picking these people, then that's kind of stupid. But I don't know
If you're
for
on the
sure.
wrong-
I don't believe that though.
If you are on the wrong side of the vote, it's hard to pick yourself back up, and you will be targeted.
That's not true.
You can't pick yourself back up like that. If you're on the wrong side of the vote, you will be targeted. Until you have to just work real hard to not be targeted.
I think it really depends because they didn't get any votes that round though. Nippleberry and who was the other one?
Emma.
Yeah, they didn't.
I think this is the first round Emma got votes.
Yeah, exactly. So
why? Oh, sorry.
Continue. You can go.
Why did Green Bay? He was the 3rd person to spin the wheel. He got 2 nominations. Why did he waste his wheel on this round?
He was nervous. And I think that's why. That's kind of the point of it.
Only 2 people nominated him. So what? A set was going around saying that Green Bay's going up. Only 2 people nominated him. What's to be nervous about?
You hear your name for the 2nd straight day. That's never something anyone should.
All right. And Jeremy, he's up again, along with Cool Cat, both up for their 2nd time. Is that good for them, or will one of them go?
I'm thinking Cool Cat will go.
Cool Cat will go too.
And I do believe Jeremy will be 2nd or 3rd in the most votes received. So we'll just have to see. But yeah, I do think Cool Cat goes.
But I'm actually still 3 people tried to renominate Jeremy, but a majority of the cast got the memo: do not make renominations this round. And that's great, even though Jeremy did get renominated by the wheel.
And that's kind of the effect of the public, because on our season they were complaining about DJ K, why you're not going back up. So that's why he wasn't really targeted for 6th place nominations, because the public was so displeased with him going back up. So the public does have that effect, which I think is complete BS, but that's just how the game is. You have to deal with it.
The public will, whatever the public comments, that's what's going to go into your mind, and that's going to go into everyone else's mind. That's going to influence.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Almost going over the time limit that I planned. Wolfwood, he's up, but 0 votes. That is literally like hinting this guy is playing a very good game, and now he's screwed because of the wheel.
You can't come to that conclusion this early in the game, though.
But I mean, literally, look at him and BB Swag. I literally, I'm going to put them together as a duo. I don't care if it's not. I think they are playing the best game out of the 14 who left. Can you say anyone else you think is playing better than Wolfboy and BB Swag?
Miles has escaped votes, has he not?
Okay,
Or escaped
Miles
1 votes.
Miles is equal.
Arvandereb, has she gotten any?
Liv didn't get votes, no.
Okay,
But
so you
she
can't.
didn't.
I don't think you can really come to the. Yeah, that is true. That is true. But I still don't think you can come to this conclusion that they are playing a great game because they haven't gotten votes. And at 14, I don't think you can really jump to that conclusion.
But here's the thing. He apparently, I think, if I'm reading it right, him and BB Swag was the one who pushed for the set last week, or half of the set. If he comes back this round with 0 votes, for the 3rd time, 0 votes, does that not speak something?
I don't think it does, though. I truly don't. Like, I would see if this was like, going into the top 10 of the game, then okay, it's, he deserves to get credit for that. But as of right now, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
All right. Kenny, of these 5 nominations, who do you think will go? Who do you think will get the least votes?
Let me pull it up.
Out of Nibbleberry, Emma, Wolfwood, Jeremy, and Cool Cat. I'll say it. I feel
Okay.
I haven't voted yet, and I'm not going to evict her, but I do feel Cool Cat will go, and Emma has the best chance at 0, the lowest amount of votes. Shit.
Wow, P-Doo.
Damn. Literally, damn.
I think, but
Oh, sorry, guys. That's like we're looking at a whole different game. Continue. Ask the right question.
I think Cool Cat goes, and I think Emma or Wolf. I think Emma gets the least amount of votes as well. I'll be right back. It's in like 5 minutes.
No, this is the end. We're ending.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for tuning in and watching this episode. We did kind of go over what I was hoping, 2 minutes, but this is off to a very good start. I'm sad that we lost Runaways and Ginger, but I'm very interested to see the rest of the season. We will get an interview with Ginger, and that will be on the next episode along with the Day 3's evictee. But until then, see you next time. Good night.